All right, I'm back. Let's try this again. Under 5 minutes from the real start time. If you say 12:30, have the event actually start at 12:30. All right, let's pull this up. All right, under 4 minutes, or just over 4 minutes. So let's unmute the video. And, all right. Oh, there's hints in the background. That's cool. All right, let's bump the quality to 1080-60, because duh. Open beta on PlayStation this weekend. Even though I'm probably going to be playing on PC eventually, if you think I'm not going to play the PlayStation open beta this weekend, you're insane. Because I'm not pre-ordering on PlayStation. Because I'm not playing it on PlayStation this year. Because I honestly think the plan is to hopefully have my upgraded computer by then. Okay, I saw CTF, or maybe Dom. I just hope to God this game is good.
Alright, well we get to see multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. What are you expecting? What are your big expectations from this new iteration of Warzone?
Yeah, fuck
I'm
you,
excited. I'm excited to see the map. With Caldera, there was a lot of elevation, and I liked in Verdansk how it was a lot of buildings. So I'm hoping to see a lot of buildings for building fights, because I'm a close range player. So
of course you
I'm
are.
Looking forward to.
Yeah. Okay, that's one of the maps. That looked like... Was that Scrapyard? DMZ. I hope we get to hear more about DMZ, because I know it's just the Tarkov clone, but I hope that's good, just to take some of the emphasis off of fucking Warzone. Hands down, worst thing to ever happen to COD. Battle Royales are the worst thing to ever happen to gaming, but Warzone is definitely the worst offender. Warzone is not a good game. It has never been a good game. People think it's a good game because it came out right when Rona started and it's free. So people associate the memories of using early Warzone before we all realized it sucks as an escape and playing with their friends they haven't been able to play with in years because everyone was just stuck in their house. I played a crap ton of Call of Duty at the start of Rona. I was still playing multiplayer. Because I am bad at Battle Royales. And no, that is not why I hate them. I don't like watching them either. Because, I'm bad at League of Legends. I still enjoy watching it. Alright. Under a minute. 40. $30. Alright, game. Give me something good. Give me some good maps. Give me some good guns. Fix your goddamn spawn engine from MW 2019. And they said when they were designing Farm 18, they didn't want to encourage camping. And there were a lot less doors. We know tac sprinting and doors are back. That's whatever. Sure. We're not going to get rid of tac sprinting until jetpacks come back. Which, deny it all you want, jetpacks coming back is inevitable.
We're a team. All of us. Let's go get them.
Okay. This all looks incredible. That very cool Wetwork remake, essentially. Wait, this is multiplayer? I don't give a shit about this. Or this. Like, that is a double whammy. A VR mobile game.
They are your brothers now.
Yes, sir.
This is a double whammy of I couldn't give a shit about this. Alright, very clear integration of the CDL. I do appreciate that. Alright, we got...
Hello, everyone.
We got a
and
fuck ton of
welcome
streamers.
to Call of Duty Next. I am Johanna Ferris, the general manager of Call of Duty, and I am thrilled
Johanna
to help
Ferris,
kick off
okay.
a truly significant moment, not only for the highly anticipated upcoming release of Modern Warfare 2, but a very significant moment for the future of the entire Call of Duty franchise. You see, over the last several years, we've experienced explosive and dynamic growth, and we've learned a ton along the way.
Well, I would hope
And those
so.
learnings have fueled our ambition to deliver a wholly new, elevated player experience. One focused, of course, on delivering more fun and innovation, but also state-of-the-art tech advancements built to support a more connected Call of Duty community than ever before. So just know that what we shared today across Modern Warfare 2, our brand new Warzone 2.0 experience coming later this fall, and our designs to bring Warzone to mobile for players on the go are all certainly big news.
I could not
But it's just the first chapter of a very
think of
bold,
any reason to
long-term
want to play
vision that we
Warzone on my
carry
phone.
to take Call of Duty to even higher heights in the years to come. Ultimately, though, we know that you, our players and fans around the world, will be the judge of all that. And
Yeah.
it's why we are thrilled to be doing this on the eve of our Modern Warfare 2 beta, and to be here live in person with more than 200 of the biggest streamers and creators in all of gaming. They will finally get their hands on the true star of the show, the gameplay itself. So
Finally.
let's get right into it. It is my esteemed pleasure
There's
to
Ninja.
introduce, alongside me, Patrick Kelly, co-studio head of Infinity Ward and the executive creative director of Call of Duty. Pat, welcome.
Thank you, Johanna. It's so exciting to be here with
This
all
guy's
of
a
you.
Chad.
It's been such a journey.
This
to
guy's
get to
such a
this place.
Chad. I like this dude.
You know, on the franchise, I always get asked by people, or regularly get asked by people, what are the areas you focused on improving, or what are the areas you
Like she
innovated
put
on?
she put so much effort
We
into
worked on
what she
improving and
looks like.
innovating on every area of the game.
You can tell his
it
clothes
always
are
goes back to gameplay.
expensive, but
Gameplay
you
is
can also
king.
tell
But
they
I could
don't
go
look
on
it.
and on. Things like third person, things like where we've innovated in the space of
Third
Battle
person.
Royale. We've got an all-new mode in DMZ that has large player counts along with massive player counts of AI. And it goes on and on and on. We've got mobile connected with progression and everything else across all of the games. And it just goes on and on. But you know what? It all comes back to one thing. It comes back to fun. Everything we do is
COD
in the
hasn't been
service of
fun in a couple
Whether
years,
you're
dude.
a hardcore player or a casual player, whether you are somebody who likes to play with your friends or you like to play alone, wherever you played, be it on console or PC or mobile.
All the guys. Is that Bance?
However you play, whether you're a
I think that's
camper or a
Bance back
slayer,
here.
We've tried to think about fun for you.
The
And
obviously
hopefully
the signs
today
aren't in
you're gonna
focus,
see
so I
that
can't really read them.
and
But
play that, and fun is what you come away with.
Absolutely. You
No,
know,
that's
fun
not
is
Vance.
definitely what we're going to be heavily focused on. And I'm particularly excited about some of the social features that are coming as part of this launch. Things like proximity chat, a new Gulag twist.
Prox
There's
chat.
going to be instances where players will interact not only
Lupo,
with their own squads, but may even have
Lupo
fun together with
Ninja,
other
Tim the
players in
Tap Man.
unexpected
Who's
and
next
pretty
to-
fresh ways.
who's next to
We've already
Ninja?
seen
Hunter
some
TV.
hilarious interactions, in fact, during play sessions, and I can't wait to see how these new ways to connect evolve over time. Now, Pat, what can you tell us about weapons?
Wow.
that looked like
So,
Summit.
We've completely innovated in the area of connecting you, the player, to your instance in the game, making you feel more in the game. And I guess you can think about it as starting out with the camera. The camera represents your eyes, right?
Yes.
So connecting the camera to your body. We've done that.
Like, this
with
is how you
reverse
guys are
kinematics
seeing
and
me,
some
this
physics
camera
and
right
other
here that
things
I'm
like
currently
that.
sticking
We've
my finger
connected
in like a
the
gun.
body to the hands on the gun. Again, with some sophisticated inverse kinematics. We've connected the gun with the actual bullets coming out of it. So now, wherever that gun is
Okay,
pointed,
so you put a lot of
however it's
effort
pointed, the bullets are coming out of it exactly
into
from
making
the
this
the
feel
barrel. There's no
realistic.
disconnect there. And that's before I even get into what we've done with the new gunsmithing and how you build your weapons and the platforms, etc. But look,
This looks like 1 versus
you're gonna play it,
100.
and I hope you love it like we do.
All right, well, we've taken up enough time, but before they kick us off the stage, can we tell them about raids?
Yes, thank
Raids.
you.
Okay, what the heck are raids?
With the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, and then shortly after that, Warzone 2.0, and then very shortly after that, for the first time ever, we're going to release a raid in Call of Duty. It's a very different kind of gameplay. It's very intense. We think it's very fun, and we're super excited about it. And by the way, there's one other thing I want to talk about for all of you hardcore players out there. I heard so many of you talk about what play challenges can you give us beyond just winning, which, anyway, I won't go off on that, but we've got a whole series of quests and gameplay challenges that occur when you actually win in Warzone or you hit different milestones that you'll have an opportunity to do. And believe me when I say everyone in the match will know when you're on them and if you prevail at them. So look forward to that.
Big things ahead.
Oh, yay.
And
More
now,
overemphasis on
Before we
Warzone.
kick it over to Miles and team to carry the day, we are extremely excited to give you the world premiere of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer trailer. Thanks again and enjoy the show.
Okay, give me something good here. Alright.
We got intel reports of Hassan and the cartel forming terrorist cells all over the globe.
Oh, that's a wonderful combination.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
Okay, that's bad.
They have an army, but we have each other.
The world is a vampire.
Why is it all black? It's just... There we go, we can actually see shit now.
Locate the prisoners and move them to extraction.
That's new.
Enemies above. Drill charge.
Drill charge, that's some Rainbow Six Siege crap.
Eyes on the hostage. You're gonna be okay.
Hostage secure.
Hostage rescue? That literally is Rainbow Six Siege. Just without the permadeath. Got the camera thing. Oh, that weird decoy. Oh, I forgot about the inflatable decoy. Okay, the US-Mexican border is a cool idea for a map. Is that an AC-130? That's an AC-130!
Get ready, team. We have never seen a war zone like this.
Yeah.
The world is a vampire.
I mean, the map looks good.
They're behind us. Shock stick out.
Shock stick?
Enemy healer.
Is that a bomb drone? It's a bomb drone. Floating prox mines. What? I cannot imagine playing COD in third person.
Check box 6. Check box 6.
I'm on my way.
Okay.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
Cool. Are they gonna play it again so we can actually see the shit we missed?
We got intel reports of Hassan and the cartel
That's a terrifying combination.
all over the globe.
Like, terrorists and the cartel working together. That's a truly horrifying
Never seen
thought.
activity on this scale before.
I mean, that was BO2, but
They have an army, but we have each other.
The world is a vampire.
this looks really good.
Coming back!
Like, this looks so good. And do we get actual villain operators? Because, like... Sure, like,
Enemies above.
the Allegiance were the Allegiance kind of felt like bad guys.
You're gonna be okay.
But then you had, like, Farah on that side. So hopefully you get, like, actual villain operators. Or if they go back to that Vanguard shit where it's just one pool of operators for both teams, I'm gonna be pissed.
Do not let them cross the border.
Take him out.
But that shot of the AC-130 is really cool.
Get ready, team. We have never seen a war zone like this.
The world is a vampire.
They're behind us. Shock stick out.
The shock sticks look cool.
Enemy healer.
So do the bomb drones, but I'm guessing those are probably, like, gonna be Warzone only. Floating prox mines is nuts. I don't know how I feel about that third person mode.
I'm on my way.
World is a vampire.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
And there we go, Call of Duty fans. The trailer's so nice. We ran it twice. It is all there. Everything that makes this franchise so special. We are incredibly excited to be here today. And after that, quite frankly, how can you not be? My name is Miles Ross, and I am so excited to truly be here with a few of the members of the Infinity Ward team who are bringing Modern Warfare 2 to life. Guys, we have 200 of our friends behind us who are going to be playing and streaming shortly. But before that, we also have Stephanie Snowden, Director of Communications for Infinity Ward, as well as Joe Sicker over the on-air, Jeff Smith, multiplayer design directors here at
Miles is
Infinity
the
Ward.
only guy on this entire show who actually looks like he put effort into his
How are
appearance.
things evolving from Modern Warfare 2019? I mean, let's start high level because there's a lot to get through today, guys. You saw that trailer. Let's go with the philosophy, Steph. Let's stay high level. What went into the creation of the game?
Yeah, I'm tweeting that because that's funny.
Precisely. There is so much. This game has just so much content. It's got something for everyone, and it's really been the result of 3 years of hard work at IW and our partners across all of the Activision studios. And so much of that work started with you guys at home, the community, the fans, our creators here, and that conversation and feedback from 2019 is really been a core piece of what Modern Warfare 2 is. And it's a dialogue that we hope to, continue, especially here today. Well, we've got so much in store with this MP experience, and people like Jeff and Joe here, who I am honored to work with, and their experience on this franchise, we're in good hands.
Indeed. Okay, so Jeff, well, I don't know where to start anymore. Let's set up what Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is all about, and let's stay high level for now, because there's a lot of details, friends, juicy details.
Sure. I mean, when you come into making a sequel, it can be kind of tricky. What do you keep from the previous game? What do you get rid of? And where can you add new things in and not mess up this kind of nicely balanced ecosystem that we had? And so we came up with a few methods, one of them being player behaviors. And I say behaviors and not play styles. I think a lot of people will say play styles, but that can kind of change during a match. But behaviors are more.
Oh yeah, I didn't even catch that. Dolphin dives back.
And we just put them into 3 big groups. We call them rushers, which are just aggressive players. They just want to find the action and go. And then we have sentinels, and these are defensive players. They want to just kind of hold down a building, maybe.
Okay, so they're just openly talking about MMO type roles here.
Stalkers, which are reactive, and they kind of hang back and try to read the field and read where spawns are. And really, we just kind of use these as filters to keep us honest with the content that we're making. So they're making enough toys and equipment.
Just openly calling them toys. I do love that.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Stephanie, what are some of the new features coming to multiplayer, some of the new stuff that you're most excited to talk about?
Oh boy, there are a ton of new features to dive into with this game, but we really pushed forward even the most fundamental.
I love
of what
this.
Is the Call of Duty game.
I love this. It looks just like the sidebar on old ESPN.
And see these innovations coming to life. To hear Jeff jump into breaking down the 1v1. And personally for me, water. Our water, I've seen the memes. We love water. It's really hard to make in games.
Yes.
But the aquatic combat, some of the
Straight up
things
aquatic
to do with
combat.
vehicles in
Cool.
the water, I think that level of immersion is really going to speak to fans and has been something that I've really enjoyed playing.
I love that she's got the Task Force 141 pin right here
Combat
under
stuff
her
like to
hair.
Swim. Joe, can we go into some details about our water-based adventures in MW2?
Yeah, I mean, last game we really wanted to add water, and we knew we didn't have time, right? So in Verdansk, we froze the rivers and we made the outskirts just to kill Trigger. In this game, as soon as we started Modern Warfare 2, we leaned into water, both visually, beautiful caustics.
It looks good.
With waves, with white caps. But we also, the gameplay side, there's unique ballistics underwater. You only can use certain weapons underwater. Your pistol is your weapon underwater. Otherwise, you can't use your primary weapons. But it's also a nice cover or evasion mechanic. If you're getting shot at, you can dive into the water, and as you get deeper, it gets murkier. Like the farther you are from something, you can't see it. And so it's been super fun for us to dig into water.
They clearly
and
worked
really
very hard
focus
on that.
What water could be in Call of Duty, and you saw the boats and the mine that floats, and every piece of equipment has been filtered. Like, how does it work through water? Like, we had to look at everything in the game and say, how does it work in water? What's the best version?
Our vehicles will just slowly submerge. Yeah, really would instead of blinking out.
Yeah, everything.
A lot of details.
The behaviors are awesome.
Oh my God! Well, I can't quite wait to literally dip my toes into those waters.
Oh my God,
let's not
Miles.
forget about the ground and the air. Like, I mean, what else is going to be coming to the movement system, Joe? What do we got?
Well, you know, last game we did mount, and we had slide, and even though we're a military shooter, fluid movement is super important to us. So this game, as you saw in the trailer, you can see here on the video, we have a new ledge hang mechanic, and that's essentially a high mantle. But instead of doing a high mantle and throwing yourself up over into combat, you can now peek. If you have a pistol, you can pull that pistol out and use that. We also added a dive. You know, last game we had the slide that kept your gun up, but we really wanted players to have an option where if they're getting shot at, they don't know where they're getting shot at, they can get down, get out of fire. But the other really cool thing is it does
so slide canceling's
let
back.
you get through a window. And so if you throw a grenade up into a building's second story, often you'll see players, you know, like rats leaving a ship, diving out through the windows. And it's just another option for players in combat.
Yeah, and all of these dynamic movements mean you can interact with vehicles specifically in a very cool way. I'm going to save some of that gas for when we get to Warzone 2.0, but it's really exciting.
All right, vehicle details to come. But now, guys, let's talk about equipment. Obviously, Call of Duty, crazy sandbox, a lot of cool toys to play with. Joe, what are some of the new dynamite new items that we're going to be throwing at each other and equipping and using in all sorts in the next game?
I mean, you saw some cool stuff in the trailer. You saw the drill charge. You saw the shock stick. One of the other cool ones you saw is the inflatable decoy. And this is
that thing is so ridiculous.
And it basically sits there, and if a player gets close to it, it auto deploys and basically inflates like a car airbag going off. And it faces the person that triggered it, and so it's a great distraction technique. You can also fire it off with a clacker if you want to control when it goes off. You can throw it in water, and here you just saw the DDoS. We added all this equipment into this game, and the DDoS is our kind of answer of like, hey, I'm going to breach this building. I want to go clean house, but I don't want to deal with all the shit inside. So I'm going to hit the DDoS. Boom,
that's cool.
It's going to shut down everything, and I can move in, and clear that room. You saw the heartbeat sensor is back. It's got a new look. But it also has a battery as a balancing mechanic. So
thank God.
Definitely in Warzone. And there's so much
This is the TAC cam too, which you guys just saw, which to me is
no more heartbeat sensor. No more unlimited battery heartbeat sensor. People can't camp like bitches anymore.
So it gets a little crazy.
Yeah, kind of like a sticky GoPro, but will actually mark your enemies for your team.
Yeah.
So I expect to see a lot of fun.
There's so many
with that today.
So many toys and new tools that we just want players to get in and play with. I think there's something like 13 field upgrades, you know,
Damn.
Warzone and Core MP, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh my God! Until they all get DDoS. All this talk about equipment, it reminds me. I mean, that's one element to look at now, but we've also got Gunsmith, brand new Gunsmith. Guys,
I like the new
tell me
Gunsmith.
about it, and how will it change the way that we, level our weapons and manage them? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, so the new Gunsmith allows players to build out their weapons more smoothly than ever before. We put out some videos yesterday for the Intel drop. I hope people dig into those if you want a better look at Gunsmith 2.0. But we're really looking at unprecedented opportunities for weapon customization. And the new weapon platforming will actually allow players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression. So we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to, you know, decrease the grind. You're no longer unlocking every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be some shared attachments through progression. And I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the gun bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
There were so many good guns in 2019.
So we've been hearing a little bit about weapon platforms and shared attachments. This is very, very cool stuff. Can you dive into those details, though, Joe? I mean, what can we expect?
Yeah,
and it's only 5 instead of 10 from like Vanguard.
We had this vision last game with Gunsmith, and we were like, okay, what if you could take an assault rifle and you could make it an SMG? And that was our driving kind of like motivator for that system. And we kind of hit that. You could take it functionally through attachments, but the weapon name wouldn't change, and we couldn't change the receiver. And really, that's the key thing this game is you can go into Gunsmith, you can set up an AK-47 assault rifle with a thermal optic, with a suppressor, with a grip. And then you can say, you know what, I want to change up the playstyle of this gun. You can swap out the receiver to the AK-74U, make it an SMG, but you can keep that optic, that suppressor, that grip, they all come with. And like Stephanie said, we have shared attachments within these platforms.
Which is, you know, how guns actually work.
Guns by playing with other guns. And then we have shared attachments across all guns, and it's all to hit this vision of I'm building up an arsenal of weapons and an arsenal of attachments. I'm sitting down to my gun bench, and I'm going to make the perfect weapon for me.
I think maybe the simplest way to think about it is a gun tree, and each time you hit a branch, that's a receiver, and they grow out of that.
Yeah. They're just turning this into an RPG.
Functionally, a receiver, you know, is based in that changing the weapon type, and I think it provides a really seamless experience.
I think
for
that's
players
hilarious
to build out the perfect weapon for a multitude of play styles.
So they're just turning it into an RPG
that platform and customize
which I don't
you
hate
for, you know, situational combat. And you're actually going to see the FJX Cinder weapon vault in action today, which is the entirely unlocked Platform 1, the M4, the Mic 4. And the weapon vault maintains its aesthetic properties across all corresponding attachments. So we've heard you talk about the Frankenprint. This is our answer. It's an extremely rare. This is a huge, you know, project for our teams to design these, but it is the ultimate weapon.
So they're not going to do it for all of them.
Even better, you can unlock the entire Cinder weapon vault with the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2. Available in beta.
Available in beta, so we can rock with that thing all weekend long. Okay, so Gunsmith looks incredible. Okay, I'm excited. I cannot wait to get into this one soon. Our streamers are going to get into this one soon as well. But first, guys, we need to hear about maps and modes. We've got our tools to play with, equipment, weapons, maps and modes, though. Let's get into this one. Let's get into the design team, you know, the philosophy, I suppose, behind building out maps. Jeff, this is for you.
Yeah, you know, right from the start, we knew we wanted to build another big map, not only for Battle Royale, but also for this other mode that we've been working on for quite a long time.
I read about that on the internet.
Yes.
But, you know, when you lay out these big maps, it's kind of a collection of all these little POIs, these points of interest. And within each of these, we've really fine-tuned that they can play large-scale core modes like Ground War, and a bunch of others really well. And so, you know, stepping back from this large map and looking at how much open world sandboxy gameplay that we have, we looked back at our 6v6 maps and really tried to refine.
Please tell me they're small enough to be 6v6 in this game.
Contrast all this big world kind of exploratory gameplay. So the maps for 6v6, in comparison to the last game, they're just a little bit more straightforward, a little more refined, and I think fans will really enjoy how quick they play.
That's good.
A lot of diversity in those maps as well.
They played so slow. The 6v6 maps were so slow last game because they were too freaking big.
Today. Excellent stuff. I might. That's hey, it's the first time here on air. We've got some of the maps that we are going to be seeing in MW2. Starting with one, we've got a real fun one here, guys. This is one of the aforementioned battle maps. Team, can you give me some details on Sarif Bay?
Okay.
So Sarif Bay is this little fishing town in the south coast of our big map, and we picked this because it has such a great mix of gameplay.
It looks cool.
It's right on a harbor, so we get to show off all our boats and our new amphibious APC, and, you know, swimming, as we've already said. But what you get inside
Okay, so
the
the Warzone
towns
map's
is
in the
really
Middle
intense
East.
urban combat with all these tight little alleyways, and all this great rooftop combat. And mixed with our ledge hang, you get these really cool parkour combat.
This looks like Backlot.
Action happening.
Yeah, I love how you describe the rooftops there on this map specifically as like a separate ecosystem. You can kind of migrate that entire vertical.
You can go up there and
yeah.
just hang out and fight other snipers.
All right, well, that looks fantastic. Jeff, okay, so that's one of our larger maps. What about some of the 6v6 maps? I think
Okay, that's
we
not a
have,
6v6
we have some
map.
footage of one of the new maps that we're going to be seeing today, named Mercado Las Almas. Do you mind giving us some details
okay.
on this one?
Sure. Mercado is a
Mercado?
little street market in a historic section in Mexico.
This
Our
looks like-
story
this
behind
looks like
this
slums.
is, you know, the authorities have some intel that narcotics are being smuggled out of a warehouse, and they're going in trying to find and seize them. This map plays.
This kinda looks
really
like Slums,
fast
but
and
with
a lot
more
of action
color.
right down that center lane.
And there's so much color.
Mercado is a very dangerous neck of the woods, so watch out when you're playing in the beta. It plays fast.
It's Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare isn't supposed to have this much color.
Interesting to see you know, how that ties into campaigns and whatnot. All sorts of fun and games ahead of us. Looks amazing.
That's definitely going to be. That's definitely a slice of campaign like Favela
But let's
was.
go back to modes. We've seen some maps. What about the modes being played on battle maps? We will have the return of Ground War, but we've got a new large-scale mode that you've alluded to, right? Let's talk Invasion.
What now?
So Invasion is it's a big war map. It's Big War TDM, or we affectionately call it the shipment of Ground War. It's 20v20 players, but there's also 20 AI on each team. AI are coming in fast roping. They're coming in on
So it's
medium
40v40.
birds. And it's this high action mode. It's super fun, but it's also really chill. The announcer's not barking at you. He's not saying like, hey, get to B, you know, they're taking C. You can kind of play it how you want to play it. You sit up on a rooftop and snipe. You can grab a shotgun and go room clearing. If you push too far into the enemy's base, AI will come hunt you. But we've also been really
This sounds like a
conscious
lot
where
of
we put
fun.
AI in multiplayer. We didn't put AI in kill streaks or anything like that because we don't want AI showing up in search and destroy. We don't want AI in domination. This mode, though, however, was built for AI, and it's a super fun mode. Can't wait for people to try it.
Kind of a funny aside, you know, we took the name Ground War from a playlist in MW2, and that was just large-scale TDM and DOM. And we kind of did the DOM in the last game, and now we're able to add kind of the sandbox TDM, and so we're kind of completing the cycle of that,
Finally.
that old playlist.
Yeah.
Well, this large
Ground-
stuff looks amazing. This looks
Ground
so,
War
so
TDM
awesome,
was
man.
so much
Okay,
fun
what
in
about the new
MW2,
6v6 mode? Keep
like
dialing it
OG.
in closer and closer. Steph, what have we got?
Yeah, so we also have 2 new 6v6 modes that you're going to be seeing here played today, and they will be in beta in Prisoner Rescue and Knockout.
Prisoner Rescue. Okay, let's go into Prisoner Rescue first, Joe.
So Prisoner Rescue is an attack and defend mode. It's a round-based mode.
It's so-
the
it's-
defenders have 2 prisoners. They're
It's
kind of spread
Siege.
out, and they need to
It's-
keep hold
it's
of them.
Siege.
The goal of the attacker is to get to those prisoners, pick them up, and carry them to exfil. When you pick them up, you enter what's called a wounded carry, where they're up on your shoulders and you can't use your primary weapons. Instead, you have to use a pistol if you brought it, or you're just stuck with fists. But the way that we give the attackers an advantage once they grab that prisoner is they get a radar sweep for their team, so they can call
that's
out
cool.
where the defenders are. And the objective icon over the prisoner goes away as soon as they scoop them up. So now the defenders have to basically rotate back to the exfil and set up defensive positions. And it's this heart-pounding adrenaline
So it's
pushing,
Siege.
like mode once you grab that prisoner and try and get them out.
Yeah, that hero run.
Yeah.
Which again, I don't hate because Siege is
Definitely,
in a
you know,
state at the moment.
Big S&D energy in this mode, which resonates with me in my time in esports. So this is my personal favorite of the new ones, and also sort of the strategic revives that happen. There is a revive mechanic, and so you are able to pick up your teammates, and
So it's
I've seen
better
some
cyber
pretty
attack.
wild comebacks in our playtest so far.
It was a lot of fun. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday. It was amazing. Incredibly fun, and I know the community is going to love diving into it over the next week. Okay, I can hardly believe that there's actually a lot more content to get through, but there's one more thing I have to bring up. I have the honor of officially announcing that third-person view is finally coming to Modern Warfare 2. What are the details behind this one? We got a little teaser of it on stage from Patro, but what are the details?
Yeah, you saw a little hint of it in the trailer too. It's been a pet project for us, right? We've always wanted to do third person, and all while we're working on all this other stuff, we've been kind of lifting up and doing third person in each mode. And the cool thing is that it's a modifier on our game, right? We can just turn on third person. In the beta, we're playing it in Hardpoint, but we want to try it post-launch in S&D. We want to try it in VR, and we have You know, camera work. The camera collision's been reworked. It handles tight spaces. There's a water camera. There's an interior camera. You can feel the weapon shake when you're firing with it. And it's just, we've put a lot of work into it, and we're excited
That's
to really
cool.
give it a try.
I'm probably never
I
going to
can't
use
wait to see
it,
what
but
third-person COD feels like in 2022. Sexy skins and everything. This is a lot of information, Steph. Like, there's a ton here.
I tried to warn you. We're delivering a lot of new features for you guys to try out ahead of release. And I said we were going to be bold with this beta, and we are, but there's even more to come at launch. So this is just a taste.
How is this just a taste? How can there be even more? I mean,
We haven't even got to Warzone yet.
we're not even okay.
MW2
so
had
what
a
about,
crap ton
this
at
third
launch,
mode?
so
I'm happy to say that Special Ops will return as our third mode, and will be focused on 2-player missions, asymmetrical in game design. So think 1 player on air support, 1 player on the ground, and I think the
That's
OG
cool.
fans will be really excited because we've looked at, you know, some of the iconic Modern Warfare missions like Overwatch, and really tried to implement some of those themes into the
Wait,
design.
isn't
So,
Overwatch
we'll be
the one with
talking
the AC-130?
more about Special Ops in the months to come.
Steph, you're saying I should be looking now for a special ops partner.
Sitting right next to you.
Yes, you are indeed. Well, I'm all set then, Stephanie. I do believe we have one more surprise for PlayStation players out there. What's that?
Indeed, we do. Let's roll the clip.
all right, we got a skin. Very badass looking.
Empty-handed, I was born. Empty-handed, I will ascend.
Good
Blade
lord.
or bullet, fist or bow, spear, stone, or arrow. These are merely tools. I am the one to fear.
That's cool.
Take Miles ISO.
Fix your mic.
PlayStation players will receive an exclusive operator, Oni. Oni is a warrior and gun for hire.
You can hear the director. Take Miles ISO. It's his camera.
Country and family, just like me. This is such an awesome looking operator, guys. Oni is going to be playable on day 1 for all who pre-ordered through the PlayStation Store. Plus, he comes with a high-level weapon blueprint, playable in multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. Steph, badass.
Oni is awesome. I myself am a PlayStation player, and so I will be becoming Oni main day 1 for this game. And it's been really awesome to see our narrative team building out his lore, really bringing this operator to life with the creation of his backstory, his motives. And I think the art team absolutely crushed it with this skin. He is so cool looking.
All right, Stephanie, we keep talking about all the things that we have to look forward to, but we are missing quite a big one here. We're missing the start of the beta. So for anyone who wants to get an early first-hand look at Modern Warfare 2, and trust me, you definitely want to, it is immediately available around the corner. For PlayStation players who pre-order any version, early access to the open beta starts tomorrow. So make sure you are preloading right now. Now, also check out your screens, since here's exactly when you can play the beta on your platform of choice. But don't forget, friends, it's also definitely worth noting that if you pre-order the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2, you get to use the red Team 141 Operator Pack and the FJX Cinder Weapon Vault in the beta, in
That's
addition
cool.
to being able to earn in-game rewards for playing all sorts of cool swag. And don't forget that if you digitally pre-order Modern Warfare 2, you also get up to a week early of campaign access. So wait, campaign a week early. All right, folks.
Early.
I hope you enjoyed that first look at Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer.
Don't
forget,
that's
you're going
also
to get
cool.
to see it live and in action in a few short minutes with our crazy set of streamers here, 200 plus here, and ready to rock and roll. But first, we'll be right back to show off the world premiere of Warzone 2.0. Don't go anywhere.
Call of Duty Next. Brought to
So-
you by Mountain Dew. Official drink
As
of Modern
Warzone is
Warfare
a
2.
thing I don't give a
Little Caesars,
singular fuck
proud
about.
partner of Call of
I'm
Duty
going to end the
Next
stream
and
here because
Modern
it'll
Warfare
vote.
2.
It'll
HyperX,
the
official peripheral partner of
saying, "Oh hey." The stream would be very good of me just saying, this sucks. This sucks. This sucks. Or, don't care. So, that's going to do it for me. I will be back. I will be back soon with I'm definitely going to be playing the beta this weekend. I'm not pre-ordering on PlayStation, so I won't be able to, do the early access. I'll have to wait till Saturday. But come next weekend, like I'm pre-ordering. I might pre-order on Xbox. Because like I'm probably gonna the goal is to upgrade my Xbox shortly after upgrading my PC. So I probably am just gonna like pre-order for Xbox so I can play next weekend and stream it. But that's gonna do it for me here. And yeah, for everyone watching the actual event, enjoy the